need to thank the Most High God for those inspiring words by Rabbi Yahweh. That if you listen to them carefully, gave you food for thought. And this is why God has given us a period of time. Because the things for us to understand are often not things that we can comprehend at once. They take time to sink in. And fortunately, God has given us that time. He's given us this entire day as a day of rest. Amen. So we have the entire day to reflect on God the way we want to, the way we often can't during our busy weeks. And we can't praise God the way we want to. But today, we don't do any work. Amen. So we have slowed down life, slow enough that we can praise the Most High God. He's given us these 10 days which are more generous than usual. I say more generous than usual because Shalom means complete. Shabbat is 7. Shabbat is the 7th day of the week. Normally God gives us 7 days to think about something. But here He's given us 3 extra days. 3 extra, making it 10. Even this period of time to reflect. And so, things Rabbi Eliyahu gave to us, things that you still have about 8 days to reflect on. Amen. To think on as we approach up until Yom Kippur. And with that, to search the scriptures, the Psalms. Look within your heart and your soul, because you will find the answer there. And also the time not only to reflect mentally and spiritually, but to do something physical. That is, you can still make a difference. You can still make a change. And that's why God's merciful in giving us an announcement. People waiting for the Judgment Day. When is Judgment Day going to be? And if they do, they have time to get ready. If it was just one day, this is the last day of the world. Lord, if I knew, if somebody told me before I could have gotten ready, I could have done this, I could have done that. Because the day of judgment should be in the 7th month on the 10th day of the month, is the day of judgment, the day of atonement. And so for us, this is the time, so that we could every year have this day and time that we could atone. So if the Messiah should come this year, you already atoned. I already prayed up, I fasted, I confessed all of my sins, and so I won't be caught sleeping. That's what the beautiful prayer said, arise, you sleepers. That's why we blow the shofar, so you won't be caught sleeping. And so this is, such a wonderful time. Of course, Rabbi Eliyahu left us so much there in Deuteronomy. In a visual way, I know we're coming to the end of the year, because when you read the Torah scrolls, you see there's only a little bit left on the left-hand side. That means you can see visually, we read all of this Torah. And now we're coming down, and there's just a few passages left. You can see that. It's like sand in the hourglass. You see it running out. Only a few grains left. Only a few days left into this Yom Kippur. So let's use it wisely. I think you've said all the appropriate prayers, but make sure you've done the things that you could do to make a change. And the hardest thing is asking your neighbor, your brother, your sister, those you interact with in life, asking them for forgiveness. People find it easier to ask God for forgiveness than they do to ask the person who they need to for forgiveness. Because we can think of God as a spirit is less threatening than the person. I have to look in the person's eye who I've offended or wronged. It's harder for me to face them. This is why people go on a talk show. I've always been curious about this. Because I would never go on a talk show. Amen. But people will go on a talk show, and I believe some of them are actors, I know, but some of them have to be real. And they will go on a talk show and reveal their most intimate, personal secrets about their lives, information about their relationships. And sometimes the person in the relationship, literally in the dark, they're in the dark room. We're going to bring them out on stage in a minute. First, I'm going to tell the whole world. And then the person be hearing about it for the first time on national TV. People will go to a psychiatrist. I'm talking about what you mentioned. Sometimes it's easy to talk to almost anybody else, a perfect stranger. than it is to talk to the person you need to be talking to. Because with that person, you have to confront. You have to deal. It also takes humility. You have to humble yourself. Why is it so hard to say, I'm sorry? Well, even with children, they fight. All right, you got to make them say, I'm sorry. Apologize. It is hard. I'm sorry. There's something in you you got to overcome. It takes humility. You got to humble yourself so that you can ask forgiveness, to apologize. And you need to do that before you come to Yom Kippur. Because I don't want that on my record. We said that God will know if you did these things or not. And this will still be a strike against you, a mark against you. I see here on the record that this happened, you still not made atonement for. You have not forgiven that person. Not only ask forgiveness, but to forgive others. So what if the person who harmed you this year did not, will not, and will never apologize?
They're not going to get a blessing.
You have to release them yourself. You have to, I'm forgiving them. Well, I'm not going to wait for them to forgive me because I walk around with that anger, waiting for them to ask for forgiveness, and it may never come because Hashem may never work with them and touch their heart. That they come and ask you for forgiveness, which is what they should do. But if they don't, I'm not going to hold that anger. Amen. I'm going to forgive you. And maybe humble them. I forgive you even though you didn't ask for forgiveness. Even though you didn't want forgiveness, I forgive you. And so this is what, when you want your record clean, Hashem say, I forgave. And maybe make a phone call, maybe make a visit, or do something with the person. No, even you may still be carrying anger. But I have forgiven you. Even if you don't admit that you're wrong, you're wrong. But I forgive you even if you don't admit. There is a science in this. Yes. There is a teaching in this that if we can comprehend it, it truly is our wisdom and our knowledge in the sight of the nation. So reflect on that, think about that for the next few days, and then I should give us pause up with another period of reflection. We come into Sukkot, and we can fall in booth and think about this next coming year, what we're going to do. And I'm looking forward. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful year. Well, those are all the information I have. I think we have a couple of announcements. I'm happy to see Tashaya, Ela today. And as I ready to come on and give us the announcements for this Shabbat day and this high holiday season. After Shabbat, we'll collect the tithe and offerings, and we will return for the